folks, today we're going to complete our recipe for our green pea soup. So I've got my production planner over here. I'm going to be using my Sharpie to check off as we go through the recipe. So we've already started our first step. We've got our mirepoix sauteing here. I've got my mise en place set out. We've got our frozen peas. We've got our 4.5 cups of water. We've got our minced garlic. I've got my chopped fresh basil here. We've got our salt, our pepper, and I'm just going to check off the items. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So we are at the point we need to take our garlic, stir that into our mirepoix, and saute that 1 minute. Okay, minced garlic in. We've got our frozen peas that I've measured out. I'm going to stir those in next. Now, we can use fresh peas, but it is an awful lot of shelling. I'll tell you, it would take you at least an hour to shell this many peas. Frozen peas are a little bit easier for the recipe that we're doing today. So just stirring these in. I've got the heat at minimum. I was cooking the garlic at minimum. I'm just going to turn that heat up a little bit to medium here. At the same time that we stir in our peas, we're just going to add in our spit of salt, pepper. I'm going to grind it fresh for our recipe here. Now, sometimes for creating restaurant quality food, you want to use white pepper. And the difference between the black pepper and the white pepper, there's subtle taste differences, but the white pepper flavors without adding those little black pepper flakes. So you are able to kind of have a kind of a pure color soup or a plain color soup without adding those black pepper flakes, but have that taste of pepper. Getting these peas cooked a little bit, a little less than frozen here, stirring it in with my vegetables. Got a couple of pieces that are still fairly frozen. I'll just stir those in. I am going to add some fresh basil. That is just nice fresh basil chopped from my garden this morning. Gonna give that a really nice stir as well. Okay. The next thing that we are going to do is pour in our 4.5 cups of water. And at this point, we're going to turn this temperature up to max. We want to get this to a nice rolling boil, and we're going to boil that for 5 minutes. That's what's going to really cook those peas and blend all of the flavors together. So once that is boiling, 5 minutes, I am going to turn it down. I'm going to cover my pot with a lid, and I am going to simmer it. So I'm going to turn it to low. I don't want it to be boiling. I want it just to be very lightly cooking. I'm going to cover it with a lid so that we don't have any evaporation of our liquids, and let that simmer, for 20 minutes. I will catch up with you at that point.